The relationships that I build in life make all the difference in the world, and there's some things we can do to help us. But there's also something that you should be aware of that really sabotages a relationship, and that's our personal truths. Whenever we interact with someone, we are always coming from a place filled with our own experiences. And our expectations are based on those experiences. They become our beliefs, our opinions, our assumptions, our truths. To help you remember, they spell out the word B.O.A.T. I might as well admit it here, I'm an acronym addict, all right? Love it, B.O.A.T. This is so important. I want to share a little story with you. Because this is what gives us that instant right and wrong. Something happens, you go, oh, that was right, oh, that was so good, or ooh, that was really wrong, that was uncomfortable, or they should have done that, or they shouldn't have done this. We should all over each other, all the time. Or, you know what, and oh, they should just know that. We always hear that at the office. They should have known that. Why do I have to tell them, right? These are those beliefs, those B.O.A.Ts, beliefs, opinions, assumptions, truths. You know what, I need a chair. I'm going to borrow a chair from here. I don't think it's hooked together, but it's not. May I borrow this? Thank you. I can have it? Thank you. I don't think I can get on the plane, though. So a few years back, my husband Steve and I went on this amazing trip. I turned 50 to Napa. He said, where do you want to go for your 50th? Because that's a monumental age, right? And I said, well, I'd like to drink wine, so Napa sounds good. And I said, and I want to do something really scary that makes me grow, because it's 50, right? And I said, I'm terrified of heights, so let's go on a hot air balloon ride. And he's like, are you sure, hon? I go, yeah. So this is a picture of me and Steve in this balloon basket, and there's actually 17 people in this basket. There's the balloonist in the middle, in the center, and then there's 4 quadrants of 4. Now in this picture, I am being really brave, and my husband's hanging out to me going, honey, are you sure you want to do this? And I'm going, yeah, I'm fine. You know, he said, fine, I'm fine. And so I'm hanging onto the side of the balloon, onto the basket, and we're starting to take off, and there's probably 7 or 8 balloons that are going to go up at the same time, right? And then the gentleman holding on to the cords or ropes so it wouldn't go up, and my knuckles are white. I'm hanging on, and I'm thinking I should really get off here. You know how you have those conversations in your head? I should just get off. But I said I was going to do it, and I told everybody I was going to do it, so I got to do it. You know, you hate that once you commit to it. And so we start to go up, and Steve's going, honey, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. He goes, are you sure? I go, I'm fine. I go, quit asking, I'm fine. And he goes, okay. And he's hanging up because he's afraid I'm not fine. And we're getting higher, and I notice that the balloon basket is actually feels pretty stable. And we're getting higher and higher and higher, and it's really quiet. It's serene. You could see the entire Napa Valley. It was so gorgeous. You could look over, you could see the Golden Gate. It was spectacular. I wasn't afraid anymore. I was hanging over the basket, looking over, taking pictures. My husband's hanging out, and he goes, hey. I go, honey, I'm cured. I'm not afraid anymore, right? And we just floated for an hour. And we landed. I was like, wow, that was amazing. And he said, well, was that scary enough? I go, no, we gotta do something else. I'm not afraid anymore. That was too easy. Well, the next day, that same balloon company went up. And this time, a gust of wind caught one of the balloons and pushed it into a power line pole. The people were okay. But do you think they would describe their experience as calm, serene, zen-like, right? And who's right and who's wrong? Now imagine if we were at a gathering and we were talking, like big group here, and we're just out there having break and we're talking about it, and I might say, you know, hot air balloon ride's so safe, take your kids, right? They go, oh my gosh, she's crazy, we almost died. Now who's right and who's wrong? See, that's life. We get so sure we're right about something, it's based on our past experiences. Go ahead and make your hand like this, a little like a little tough, and look around the room, and don't worry about looking silly. We all look silly, it doesn't matter anything. And truthfully, no one cares what you do, they only care about what other people think about them. So, let's just pretend that this room is the universe of every potential experience you could have. And even if you're a well-traveled, older person, more mature, whatever, finally aged, whatever you want to call yourself, let's say this is the amount of experiences that you've experienced in your life. In this space, we are so right. We are spot on. When we say be open to other people's opinions, here's the point. I have experienced this much, you've experienced this much. There's all of this out here we haven't experienced yet. How could we possibly think that our answer is the only right answer? It's the only right answer in this space. And when someone asks you to be open, most of the time we're going, okay, I'll be open, I'll listen to what you have to say, but then I'm going to come back and tell you exactly why I'm right. I mean, I was so diplomatic, I'd spend days trying to prove I was right until I finally figured this out. What's amazing is now, it is in our best interest to listen to what that other person's experience is, because when we realize it's this small of a space of experiences we've had, why would we not want to be open to what other people have to say? So we want to make sure we understand that boat, because it makes a big difference. It's the why behind why people behave that way. People are only difficult, and I'll say this again, people are only difficult because they disagree with our boat. And when we stop pushing our beliefs on someone else and we start listening and asking them their why, the energy changes and the conversation changes, and then the relationships go up. Tell me why. Help me understand. I'm not quite sure what you meant. Is everything okay? Those are magic words to have a conversation with someone when maybe the relationship is having a little difficulty.